Yo, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. I'm Army Piper. We've got some mixed bubbles here today on the daily right now. Looking at the hourly, though, we are seeing a little bit more green than red there. Little mixed markets today after the FOMC yesterday. Some comments made by Jerome Powell. We'll be talking about the details of some of the things that he said there, and then some of the things that the Fed Reserve did for their projection for 2025. But guys, as the thumbnail says, today we're talking about Bitcoin in 2026. We do have a poll up, guys. Make sure you guys do that poll. But on that poll, we're talking about the Bitcoin cycle bottoms and tops, guys. We're going to be looking at this area right here. This is, our top cycles for every cycle and our bottom cycles for every cycle. So we're going to be breaking all that down, talking about 2026 Bitcoin price projections. I'm not the only one. There's another one also. We're going to talk about that article. $40,000 is what they're talking about on the Bitcoin bottom. Sadly, this one comes in even a little bit lower than that 40K. So, guys, we're going to be looking at that. We're going to be looking at the macroeconomic news. We had some data that came out this morning, looking at the TradFi side. A lot of stuff that we're going to break down. Current accounts, initial jobless claims, all that coming in, and existing home sales actually coming up right now. So all this just came out. Breaking news. It's breaking news. You can see it right there. Look, breaking news. It's coming in. Dow Jones in the red, S&P and the NASDAQ both in the green, guys. Let's get it. You know what time it is. Class is in session. Let's go. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. I'm glad to have you guys all here. Appreciate everyone that joins us here every day. I am alone today. I'm alone and unafraid out here in the world of YouTube. So let's go ahead and jump over because I'm never fully alone. Wait, that's not the right one. That's the right one. I'm never fully alone, guys, because I do have you guys here with me, and I appreciate all of you. Big shout out to Trade Intuition dropping a $2 super chat. Said the only one he sets his alarm for. So that's awesome. Appreciate you, bro. Who else we got here? Let's go back up and take a look here. Let's go take a look-see, as Tradefly would say, and see what we're seeing here. This morning we have Ninja Glock was in here first. We got Crypto Princess in the house with us. We got Crypto Coin Mindset in here with us. Alexandra G, the Mod Queen. Appreciate you being here always. Who else we got? We got Harps in the house with us. We got Donato Cabrera. How could I forget that? Also roaming Braves in here with us right now. Trade Intuition. We already gave you that shout out. I appreciate that super chat, bro. $2 super chat. Kyle Fields is in here saying, yo. And then we got R.S. Miller. He said, let's go. Take a look. See, that's right. Hashtag Tradefly. So, guys, welcome to the show. We're going to break some of the stuff down, but pretty much we're just going to hang out and take a look at charts with you guys today because why? That's what we do. We just like to look at charts. So what's your life like at retirement? I spend it with my dog, hang out on YouTube with my peoples. That's it. So that's my alumni. Love the alumni. So.
Yeah, that's my alumni. You know what I mean?
And I got the coffee, guys. If you guys are not drinking your coffee this morning because it's too late wherever you are, I hope you're enjoying whatever drink it is. But let's go and take a look at the news. Let's get this stuff broken down for us today and get all of that out of the way. And then we'll go in and take a look at that Bitcoin chart on the 4-hour, talk about what's happening with that, and take a look at this projection for 2026. So it's going to be quite interesting if we hit to those levels. So I do have that poll up, though, guys. Do you think that Bitcoin follows a 4-year cycle? Right now, it looks like 42% have said no. That would leave 58% saying yes. So when Pirate Money, Buck asked. Pirate Money, well, there's moves. There's moves in the market. Matter of fact, I do believe that we will see a return back up to our golden pocket possibly this year. And I'll even show you guys what that looks like. But as of right now, Pirate Money is made on some degen trading with some strong risk management, Buck. That's where it's all made. DDT, what is up, bro? Welcome to you, man. Appreciate you being here with us today. Let's go jump over to this news and let's break this down. We just had some more economic data that just came in, and then we got to talk about what Powell said yesterday and what the Federal Reserve did on their projections. So looking here on Into the Cryptoverse, guys, first of all, we are moving back up on the risk metrics here. We're sitting at about 28.6, price action 32.4% risk band, on chain is 46.1, and social metrics continue to drop. I'm telling you, the bearishness that exists, and I probably don't help that factor at all, but the bearishness exists on the social media front. It is dropping that social metric a lot. So, total market cap coming in right now at $2.793 trillion for the crypto market cap total. The trend on that is at 3.6 trillion, which means Bitcoin, well, the crypto in general right now is currently 22.42% undervalued. Oddly enough, I think that's pretty close to what we've pulled back from the top. So, interesting there, isn't it? Funny how those metrics work. Our current risk band right now, we're sitting at a 50% right now. That would be for our DCA people in the Piper plan in our Discord. That would mean that you're looking right now at a ×2 on your DCA amount. So, let me move myself just a little. There we go. Perfect. Let's go check out the Bitcoin dominance right now. Bitcoin dominance with stables is at 60.5% right now. Without stables, 65.84. We are starting to close that gap a little bit there. It was about 6%. Now it's getting closer to 5%. So Bitcoin dominance, just because Bitcoin dominance is going down does not always mean that it is going into altcoins. A lot of times it goes into stables, and that's why I like to look at this and see how much of it's actually going in the stables. Shout out to XAU Crypto and the Otter Gang joining us in the house. The OGs, they're in here with us. Love to see it. I appreciate you, man. Guys, drop those otters in the chat for the OGs. Let them know that they are always welcome here at the Academy. We appreciate you guys a ton, man. Let's go look at the Fear and Greed today and see what that's sitting at. Fear and Greed index for the day is at, pulling it up here. Yeah, we're sitting currently at about 49. So we're neutral right now off that pump that we got yesterday, fighting some key levels of support right now to hold there. Looking at the crypto bubbles on the daily, like I said, quite a bit of red there. Some green items, TEL, TAO, BNB, Bonk, SUI, XDC. But when we look at the hourly, a lot of green coming in the past hour. Let's go down and take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently sitting at $86,030, up 2% for the day. Ethereum down 1.3%, guys, down below 2,000, not getting any rallies. I got a thumbnail that I was actually going to use yesterday, and I didn't use it. And I might still be able to use that thumbnail. I may show it to you here just a little bit. Richard Berry, what is up? The Irish Chink in the house, man. I love it. Comedy galore and Degen to his core. Love that dude. Richard Berry, shout out to you, man. Lost on Crypto. Line of sight. I got my eye on you, bro. Let's go. Trey Robertson here also. All the otters flowing in the chat. I love it. BNB is up 2.4% today, guys. XRP holding that number 3 position above Tether. It is down 2% after a rally yesterday, coming in off of that SEC news, sitting at $2.51. Solana is at down 1.1%. It is at 131. Cardano down 0.1%. It is getting a little bit of a rally here in the past hour. I showed you guys the hourly versus daily. But any big movers in here, 2.7% downside on Stellar Lumens, not getting much there. It's at 28.8 cents. Pi Network moving back up in the top 20. Go the other direction, please. You're up 2%. Avalanche down 3.3%, $18.99 on that. And rounding out the final three actually for the top 20, it's going to be SUI up 2.9, Shiba Inu up 0.5, and Litecoin up 0.3. Moving that 20 precision there for Litecoin. Bitcoin Cash is rounding. They're trying to push back up into that top 20. It lost it this week. So let's go look at what we're seeing here on the TradFi side. Markets have been open now about 39 minutes. So looking at this, Dow Jones is currently up about a little under 0.25%, up about 0.22, S&P up about 0.26, NASDAQ about 0.37, guys. Not seeing a lot of move off of this news from yesterday. So I am not sure that this is going to continue an upside move today. I actually think that if not this afternoon, tomorrow we see a pullback to bring this back down for the week. Russell 2K is in the red. The VIX is sitting below 20, though, which means volatility is low, guys. Right now, you should be able to trade the trends on whatever you're looking at, whether it be stocks, whether it be on the crypto side, because the VIX is low. The volatility index is what that VIX is right there. And when that thing is below 20, you can pretty much trade the trend without a lot of scam wicks in each direction. So let's go check out what is going on with the bonds. The bonds coming down right now. 10-year treasury yield is dropping a little bit. It's at 4.2%. This needs to come down much lower, though, in my opinion. So well, it's interesting to see what the federal government is going to do to get that to crash so that they can refinance a lot of debt that they have. Oil staying above that $60 mark per barrel. It's at 67 right now. When oil goes below 60, oil companies have to do a lot of lobbying and make some moves to get that thing back up there because that's pretty much their profit threshold. So gold right now coming down just slightly, not a lot, 1/100% there. It is sitting at the $3,040. Silver, copper, platinum, and palladium all selling off today as we're getting a little bit of green on the stock side of the market. Let's go over here and check out the economic calendar and talk about this, guys. This morning, we had initial jobless claims come in. It was at 221,000. Previously, before that, it was at 220. They revised it up 1,000 more for jobless claims. So more people filed unemployment last week than originally projected. Not a lot, 1,000 more people. Right now, the consensus was at 224 and 225 for consensus versus forecast. Came in at 223, so not as bad as what they were expecting it to be, but still worse than what it was last week. Nonetheless, 2,000 more people this week, 3,000 if you counted what they did the numbers at last week with their revision. 2,000 more people filed unemployment this week. So, Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index actually got some decent news off of this, despite it being lower. So, Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index, if you do not know, this is basically the index for the Business Outlook Survey of manufacturers in the Third Federal Reserve District. So participants report the direction of change in overall business activity and in the various measures of activity for their plants, employment, working hours, new and unfilled orders, shipments, stuff like that. So it's basically the health indicator of the manufacturing in the Philadelphia area. Was it 18.1 previously? They were expecting it to be way down, 8.5 on the consensus, 11 on the forecast. Came in a little better. So when I say it was good and bad, it was worse than what it was, meaning, hey, we're seeing a contracting economy and demand, but the consensus and forecast were shooting it much lower. It came in a little bit above that. And then we just got existing home sales, guys. And this is actually a good thing to see here. People that were wanting to sell their homes that were not able to because they were locked into lower rates. And so they were looking at new homes, but they didn't want to get out of their lower rates and looking at these higher rates, what they are now on the mortgage side. They are starting to get some sales out now and move into other homes. So that actually raises demand of homes, if you don't know, but it also puts homes on the market that people want. So a lot of people don't like to buy new homes. I can understand that. Previously, it was at 4.09 million. Consensus and forecast was that it would be 3.95 to 4.05. Came in at 4.26 million. So seeing a higher level there. Existing home sales from month over month was previously down 4.7%. They expected that it was going to be down another 0.7%. Came in up 4.2%. So there's your good news for the day on the economic front. Some things not as good as what they were, but better than what they were going to be coming in at. And the home sales absolutely giving us a little rally this morning. We were red until that home sales number came out, by the way. We are right now about 22 minutes away, 26 minutes. Yeah, 26 minutes away from Trump speaking out in D.C. at the Digital Asset Summit. So it's interesting to see what'll happen with that today, too. You know, the buy the rumor, sell the news thing, right? Let's go take a look at the bookmarks here, and let's talk about what Jerome Powell said yesterday. Yeah, there's the thing on that. Trump and Saylor hit Digital Asset Summit today, 10:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is about, like I said, 25 minutes from now. Rumors are swirling about 0% capital gains tax on crypto. Let's go. Guys, I'm paying so much money in taxes this year. It's crazy. I would love to see a zero capital gains on tax on crypto. One word can flip the market. Eyes on, don't blink. That is what they're saying there. So let's talk about yesterday. The Federal Reserve, if you guys aren't understanding all of what was said, Kabisi Letter does a pretty good breakdown of it. The summary of the Fed decision, the Fed is leaving the rates unchanged for the second straight meeting. As expected, we all knew that. 99% chance yesterday. The Fed Reserve says uncertainty around economy has increased. No kidding, really. The forecast shows 50 basis points of rate cuts in 2025, guys. That means 2 rate cuts are projected right now on the books for 2025. I think that we actually only get one. And I think that that's early in, and then they're going to wait. And so from there, how everything reacts to that, then they'll decide to do one later if we're going to get the second one. Fed to slow balance sheet runoff beginning April 1st. This is actually indicative that there may start slowing down on quantitative tightening. So that'll be interesting to see. And then, they reduced 2025 growth projections and marked up their 2025 inflation forecast. So this means they did a good breakdown on here. Let me find this and let's talk about this, because there is 11 months ago, good old Jerome Powell made a comment about stagflation. So back about 11 months ago, he made a comment about, I don't see the stag or the inflation, right? Where is this at? Summary of the decision. Can't make this up. Yeah, he did say that tariff inflation was transitory, but there was another one. Let me go find it here, where he made the comment about 11 months ago. I don't see the stag or the inflation. There it is. Yeah, so this clip is from almost 11 months ago. Man, did you just jump all over on me? You did. I'm gonna jump all over you like a spider monkey on Mountain Dew, Chip. There we go. All right, let's do this again. The clip is from exactly 11 months ago when Fed Chair Powell was asked about stagflation, and he said he's not seeing the stag or the inflation, meaning he's not seeing the job numbers weakening, unemployment growing, or inflation going up. Today, the Fed raised both the unemployment and the inflation forecast for 2025, meaning they expect to see higher unemployment and higher inflation for 2025 now, which while at the same time cutting their estimate growth for the economy, guys. So they're calling for a contracting economy. Let's put this all in perspective. Contracting economy. They are calling for higher inflation than what they previously projected, and they're calling for higher unemployment than they previously projected. That, by definition, is stagflation. So now the Federal Reserve is starting to cook that in. I think once some of that simmers a little bit and people start to smell that in the marketplace, that is going to cause some more fear factor coming in there on that side. Let's go and take a look at the Bitcoin chart. Let's do that. Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's go talk about Bitcoin here on the 4 hour. Right now, we are getting a bounce here. You guys can see this is one of the levels I was watching yesterday closely. And I said, look, if we get a rejection here on this zone, this would be the area I'd look for a short. This is your quantum reactor from Chart Prime and your dynamic reactor from Chart Prime. And this confluence of them overlapping is pretty strong. But you can see we've gotten extremely beautiful support bounce on this. So it is possible that we could get this upside movement, especially with Trump getting ready to speak here soon with Michael Saylor at that summit. But keep an eye down here, because on the oscillator, we did print the power bar. Hey, I'm tired, can't keep going up. That's that bar right there on top, and it turned green right there, which means, hey, I'm looking for a downside move here. So it is very possible that we get nothing more than a liquidity sweep here, and then it heads back down. But keep in mind, 200-day simple moving average here is coming in a little bit higher to give us another support level beneath us. So I am watching that money flow is green right now. It's yellow, which is green, but it is starting to get flat and curve. And then we also fired on the True 7 downtrend, and the oscillator ribbon is all negative bearish. So volume pretty flat too. This would not take much to pull this right back down. I think if we see the market start to pull back this afternoon or tomorrow morning, we'll see the crypto space follow suit. Obviously, higher risk asset than the majority of the stock market. So I will give one piece of hopium here on this, and that is that the oscillator ribbon is starting to, it's not getting that definitive downward trend. You see how this one went from down and then even sharper down? This one is actually starting to go down and not so sharp down. So that means that we could get a turnaround here and create that higher high, which would be, like I said, liquidity sweep. My best case scenario for upside movement here, for my bulls in the house, is that we come up to the 50-day simple moving average and try to do a liquidity sweep of this previous box here. We've already cleaned out all the liquidity here and there. So let's go over and check that out. I'll show you what that heat map is looking like, because as you can see here, let me refresh this for a second. There we go. On the weekly heat map here, guys, we were looking at this area yesterday and saying, look, guys, all the way up to like $88,000. There's like billions of dollars in liquidity sitting up there. So very possible that we could go up there. It's exactly where we went. I know you guys think I'm a perma bear, but I do, know that the market don't move straight down. So I figured that would be the area, the range to look at, and we cleaned all that out. Now, if we try to come back up, there's not a whole lot sitting up there for liquidity, guys. So, as far as the target with the most liquidity, we're now looking at the billions that sit below us at $81,000. So, if I had to put money on, hey, where does this likely go in the next week? I would say we're going to head down to 81K, not upwards, because even if I go to some higher time frames to show you here, let's put this on the monthly and let this pull up. You'll see that we're looking at this area here it's pretty much cleaned out. This is our closest heat area, is that $80,000, $81,000 range down there. So just keep an eye. If we get up to that 50-day, look for a good short there on that 50-day simple moving average. Currently, that's coming in at about 91,000. So it would be in that $91,500 range, somewhere in that ballpark, depending on how long it takes to get up there. Obviously, this is moving at a slightly downward deviation. So as this comes in, our declination, slightly downward declination, as we move into that, the longer it takes to get there, the lower that will be. But 91,000 to 91,500 is my projection right now for that zone to hit. Let's go take a look at the higher time frames and see what we're seeing here on the daily for Bitcoin. Currently, we are stuck beneath the daily quantum reactor and that dynamic reactor, both coming in for resistance right above us. Those levels coming in at about 89,000. We're also stuck beneath our predictive ranges, guys. Looking at predictive ranges here on the left side, you can see that we have a top frame, bottom frame. This is your golden pocket where a majority of price action trades over and over and over again. And then this is your 50% median line. If you look at where we are right now, we're stuck beneath that golden pocket. And typically, if we can't get back above that and we break the lower support band, we do start to go down to that lower frame. And when we break frames, it starts a whole new projection. So guys, these levels here that you see all of this trading on, these printed all the way back here. Like, these are predictive. They're in nature. They don't reprint and they don't lag. So they predict. So yeah, solid. But you can see, let's go back to a period when we were going in a downtrend. There you go. Once we started breaking these purple frames, we just start making new ones over and over and over again. So and you can see majority of price action occurs between the two bands. So when I see it rejecting on that on the current time frame, it does make me think that we are likely going to see some resistance here and rejection on this daily. Yeah, let's go reset and let's go check out the chat and see what everybody's thinking in here. What do you guys think? How are you guys feeling about where we are currently? We got a little pump on it. It gives you some hope. It makes you feel good, right? That's why we're doing the DCA program over in our Discord. Dollar cost averaging on the Piper plan. It's not just straight DCA. It's not like you go, hey, I'm going to put $25 in a week. It's based on risk metrics, and we put out a chart every single Monday for investing into dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Chainlink, Sui, Ondo, Litecoin, Doge, basically giving you like, hey, this is your wristbands where we are on the risk cycle. And so that gives a multiplier. So as I said at the beginning, right now, Bitcoin at 50 on its wristband is sitting at a level of ×2. So if you're doing a $25 weekly DCA, you do $50 this week on that chart. So but we also have a take profit plan. So not everyone tells you DCA. No one tells you how to take your profits. We do all of it in the Piper Academy Discord, guys. And you get access to the Bitcoin just for being a member right down here in YouTube. Somewhere down here, there is a join button. So that will give you access to the Bitcoin weekly call. All right, let's go do this. We got Uncle Jesse in here. Uncle Jesse in the house. We were worried about you over there in Alex O, man. Nobody was seeing you. Trey Roberts is in here with us right now. Robert Mulligan, good to see you in here, brother. Who else we got? Lucky Dill. JRMO has joined us. Little Fish is in here with us. He joined us. CryptoCoin Mindset. What's up, Keith? How you doing, man? Justin Eubanks in the house. Richard Berry, the funny man, the Irish chink. RFK himself. I love you, bro. V Monitors in the house with Sapien. Who else? Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. If I did, I apologize. Much love to all of you. I appreciate everybody in here right now. We got 104 people in here right now. And how many likes do we have? 33. You guys, those are rookie numbers, guys. Those are rookie numbers.
I'm gonna pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Rookie numbers in this racket. Guys, go ahead and smash that like button. It helps me out immensely here on the channel. We are trying to grow to greatness and push out as much alpha as we can to everybody else out there. Whoa, I'm seeing somebody coming in the house here. I just seen something. I thought I was all alone today and unafraid, but it looks like I have found the mysterious mystery missing man, OC guy. What's up, dude?
Not much. I barely escaped.
I'm glad to see you here. I've been on a roll. I've just been rolling along.
Absolutely. I see. So basically, I just had a. I went earlier than expected. In fact, it got canceled at the last time. So for those who don't know, I was about.
I got to fix my audio here since you came in. I got to have my audio, man. Got to have my audio. Give me 1 second here. We'll get into this chart because I'm talking about on. Today, I'm talking about the levels that we could be seeing for 2026 Bitcoin price projections video, OC. So welcome though, guys. OC made it here. He had to go give blood this morning. He was fainting and passing out at the sight of his own blood. No, I'm just joking. It's because you drink OJ in your coffee, OC. It makes a man weak. OJ and coffee makes a man. Oh my God, and he's drinking it. Good Lord.
Oh man, yes.
Patricio Marquez.
It grows on you. Oh yeah. So basically, it got canceled. It got canceled. If you don't know, guys, I'm a little child when talking about taking blood samples. I do faint at the sight of my own blood, but I mean, I can cut myself like no problem, like while working or anything. But just those needles, man, they are evil. But sorry for cutting you out in the middle of the TA. Maybe I can jump into something. What was the topic that you were talking about? And maybe I can just try to feed in and not cut the flow out.
We've already gone over the whole Bitcoin DCA stuff, and we talked about where we are. I actually do think that we will get a little pump rally. Trump is about to talk with Michael Saylor in like 12 minutes. At the Digital Asset Summit, there is rumor that they may talk about 0% capital gains tax on crypto. We'll see. I doubt it. I think buy the rumor, sell the news. I do think we're going to get a pullback this afternoon or tomorrow morning. But I want to talk about this because, as you guys saw in the thumbnail, we have this whole thing about, hey, where could we be going in market cycles? And I did ask for 2026. For the 2026 cycle, where could we going down? And I did ask in the chat, I did a poll, and that poll, I said, hey, do we have, is there definitively a 4-year cycle? So let me go look and see what they said on that so far. So far, 67% have said yes on that. So looking at 67% of people saying yes, I want to see what their thoughts are on this. So let me jump over to this chart. And let's talk about this 2026 Bitcoin cycle projection and prediction here, guys. So if you take a look here, you guys have seen this before. This is my tops, right? And this is being pulled from lows to highs to lows of each cycle. So if I actually click on this, you'll see it's from this low down here to this high to this low, right? And that gives you the projection of where we go for the next cycle, okay? And it has been the golden pocket has been your target range. Back here in 2017, we did get a slight deviation break above it. It's an anomaly there. Breaking that to the upside was about 75% move, by the way, but that is the only cycle that it broke that. Looking at 2021, we came in just at the 618 here at 70,000, just below that, actually just tapping it. We just tapped it right there in the bottom. And then this cycle, we did a double top on it already. If we do get something that comes into cycle and it looks like, where is it? Where's this other piece? That's market bottoms. I want to show you what a fractal of 2021 would look like if we put that into here right now. Fib cycles. There we go. Let's throw this on. If we take a 2021 fractal like we had here, where we did the big pullback and then came back in, it would look something like this. And guys, that would come in and just close out the 0.65 here at $114,000, right? So that is possible. I am not saying that that is not going to happen. We could have this pullback, which is about 50%, comes into about $57,000 range here, maybe even higher. You know, point of control, I think, is coming in at like 68, and we'll take a look at that in a moment. But if you bring this back in, you're just looking at it doing the same thing we do every 4 cycles, right? Every 4 years, I should say. So taking that off, what I wanted to show you guys today, because we talked about market tops a lot, let's go ahead and talk about market bottoms, okay? And when we go back here and we look, market bottoms, pulling fibs from bottoms to tops, guys, on a retracement. So obviously, you know, looking at the first cycle here, we pull from this point right here on a retracement, and we pull it up to the top, and that gives us this platinum pocket for the retracement down, meaning we go measured here and we retrace back down, right? Looking at the platinum pocket retracement here, guys, on this one, guess what? That was our bottom of our market in the platinum pocket, okay? That is your 786 to your 887. Do the same thing, pull from this bottom to top. Where do we return to for the bear market bottom in 2018? Into the platinum pocket, 786, 887, okay? If we move this over and take a look at the next cycle piece here, pulling it from bottom to its top, what do we get? Right to a return of the 786 market bottom. Guys, if we consider that right now is the bottom is the top in that band that we just talked about there. Let's bring it back up again. There, nope, not that. Your top. There you go. If that was your top, and we're doing the same thing that we do every 4 years in that top range, guys, that would put a retracement back down right now to about 35,680. If this does come in and we do see that this does return back to that 114 range, right? That would be about 36,700. So I just want to show you guys, I mean, 4-year cycles, if you believe in the 4-year cycles, you have to understand that this is our retracement norms, just like this is our topping norms, right? And so I do have an article that's actually a little bit better than mine, than my projection of 35 to 36,000. And that is this one here, this bear market indicator. And let's go ahead and bring up the news cam so I can bring OC up here with me. There we go. Definitely an OC there. This bear market indicator says Bitcoin price is headed for a crash to $40,000. Here's when. So the Bitcoin price could be headed for more pain as a crypto analyst has identified a new bear market indicator that suggests a crash to $40,000 is imminent. This analyst has predicted when this deep price decline is set to occur, warning investors to remain cautious or risk selling at a loss. So Zanrox, a crypto analyst on TradingView, shared a detailed price analysis on Bitcoin on March 17th, predicting that the pioneer cryptocurrency is set to crash to $40,000 by 2026. The analyst revealed that Bitcoin follows a predictable cycle pattern tied to its halving events, which occur every 4 years. During these years, the market alternates between bull markets, where prices skyrocket, and bear markets, where people get absolutely wrecked. Bear markets indicator predicts next Bitcoin price crash. So historically, bull markets last between 742 to 1,065 days, which is about 2 to 3 years. Conversely, bear markets only last about 364 to 413 days. Guys, you have a very small window to catch those bottoms. Absolutely small window. So the DCA thing, if you look at this, that bull markets are 742 days to 1,065 days versus 364 to 413. You spend more of your time raising your average cost as you do lowering your average cost. And so approximately 1 year is how long you have to get those bottoms. Notably, every bull run for each cycle has been weaker than the previous one due to Bitcoin's rapidly growing market capitalization. He does go in here and talks about the percentage of pullback declines between 77 to 86%, reflecting on this recurring trend, and that a 65% would be $40,000. He did this chart here. It's very blurry. It's very nasty to look at. So don't worry. Piper went and found the good version for you. Yeah, so here we go. This indicator is always right. Crash to 40K in 2026 is what he's saying here. And you can see that he's talking about the dates here. 742-day bull run, 413-day bear market, and the projection rejection price that it drops based off of. What is that, OC? A parabola. There we go. There's OC's word. Look at here, guys, going into the next cycle back here. We got the pullback here, and that was sitting in that range there based on the parabola rejection point, right? Well, he's got it right now set to for a pullback of that point again, and he is predicting that Bitcoin will crash to $40,000 USD in 2026 and start a new bull market in February. It will be an extremely red year. February 2026 is not in line with what we normally see. Guys, typically we end in the fourth quarter of the cycle. That would be fourth quarter 2025, and it would be almost all the way to fall, late summer, early fall of 2026 that we would see the bottom come in. But according to this cycle, 4-year cycle trend that he has with the parabola, he actually thinks that we're going to have the pullback early, that our bull run cycle was shortened. It hit the parabola. It also hit what I just showed you on the golden pockets, and that we're going to have the cycle bear market happen in 2025 for the rest of this year, and then bottom out in February 2026 and start our cycle early from the bottom there. That is pretty interesting, OC, because that does not line up to the 4-year cycle at all. But how can we pick and choose what 4-year trends we're going to follow and what we're not going to follow? It's pretty interesting, I think. But what's your thoughts on this, OC? Because this don't line up to a 4-year cycle, but it's still a 4-year cycle that nonetheless. So what do you think?
I'm very excited to talk about this topic because it lines up exactly what we're talking about. Remember with the
we
last
had
couple
talked
of
about this. That's why I was excited about bringing this up.
Yeah. So I remember a couple of classes that I was pulling out previous cycles and put into perspective that we're been growing in size. So basically, if we compare the previous cycle 2017, 2021, and then right now cycle, what we see is that we are starting making bigger patterns, right? Especially on the weekly. So this means that the 4-year cycle, it's still a thing because it's hard-coded. I mean, we cannot ignore that. But the reaction of it, it's being just basically absorbed or getting eaten, right, by the actual size of the movement. That means that we're diluting the actual cycle breakout patterns and instead making bigger ranges by market cap. But just maybe just make it easy. We're ranging bigger. Therefore, the blow off cycle doesn't. It's been I don't know, casted down by the actual bigger range. That's why we just don't see it, right? So it's not that it's gone. It is just that we have better market cap that is overtaking the 4-year cycle blow off top. But other than that, I just believe that at this point we're going to have macro cycles and inner 4-year cycles. So right now we're going to be measuring 8-year cycles with two inner smaller cycles.
Yeah, and I can see that. I can see that, you know, like, for example, we do our pullback. It's an earlier period of time that we got our top. We come into an earlier time, and then we're heading in because we've already shown that we can break all-time highs, right? Way before the halving. We already did it this year. So it'll be interesting to show, hey, can somebody get rid of Miracle Krieger? I appreciate you, engagement, but yeah, we don't need scammers here. Get rid of him, please. So yeah, I think that we've already shown that we can get rid of the 4-year cycle. We have to break the halving point before we get a new high. So it'll be interesting to see that if we do get that bottom in February 2026, Bitcoin could be on an absolute tear when it's at its most bearish cycle point normally, right? Which would be summer and fall of 2026 based on traditional cycles. So crazy. Crazy to think that that could happen, but yeah, it's lining up with what I'm seeing on my chart, guys. I've showed you guys that beautiful breakdown there of tops where we hit the golden pockets, which is how I did the $108,000 top video call, and then of course now we have one for the bottom, and I'm going to be doing a video on just that here soon, I believe, talking about we called this as the top. Is this going to be our bottom, and where can we see that at? So I'll be watching for that video coming soon, guys. But OC, what are you seeing on the alts today? Because we are getting some decent moves on Bitcoin today. Right now, that as I was showing on the chart earlier, we do have a lot of the support right now going here on our quantum reactor, dynamic reactor on the 4-hour. And even if we lose that, we do have a very strong 200-day sitting right beneath us. So I am watching for a liquidity sweep up to this range since you missed all this stuff in the 50-day simple moving average sitting up there. And on top of that, if we jump over here and take a look at the liquidation heat map, there is still a tiny bit of liquidity up here. If we lose all of this, and look down here, it's about $1 billion sitting beneath us. So I do think we're going to eventually pull back. Yesterday we said we thought we would pump up to here to grab this, but I do think that there is a chance that we could be hitting a little higher here for another liquidity grab if the markets continue up. If we go down, definitely heading down to about $80,000. But what are you seeing on the altcoin side of the coin? And what's the alt screaming at you right now, long or short? See what you got, man.
Let's take a look at it. First, I know there's a little bit of spaghetti here, but I completely agree with you, especially since we have some liquidity up here, and then we created these two areas here. We're making a goose head, so I do agree with maybe having liquidity sweep to the upside and then coming back down, because I believe that we're going to be repeating somewhat just like 2021 cycle, right? When right now we should be ranging. But let's take a look at a jump and take a look at F Ethereum, right? It's like Rap Ethereum, but fucked up. So F Ethereum. At this point, we're almost there with maybe on F in Ethereum. So we need to be very cautious at this point. Remember, it's not about the breakout, it's about the retest. Look at that. We're going for that retest. I'm waiting just a little bit more, maybe 1 or 2 candles more to jump in here. Maybe I can go ahead and take a look at the 30 minutes time frame to start looking for that possible entry point. My entry point at this point is going to be the breakout of this trend line that I have in here. Rather, if I could go here and do a sweep of the lows, which, by the way, I'm below the 0 line, so I am expecting maybe something like that, or even a little bit smaller reaction to the breakout. Then you can also wait for the breakout on the 30 minutes to take your 4-hour entry, right? So look at how am I trying to go front run the 4-hour entry with a 30 minutes chart. So Ethereum, it is looking bullish, but again, we're bearish. All right. So how does that work? Well, we are below our dynamic reactor. That makes the overall trend for me on the 4-hour bearish, right? So I'm favoring more shorts over longs, but at this point, I am constantly breaking trend lines. We broke this trend line. Now we broke this other trend line. And then right now we are just being we could be going to take the dynamic reactor. And I think we can make it because on the 4 hours, we're still above the 0 line. And that means that we might have enough momentum to keep pushing through it. Are we still bearish? Yes, your prime score is going to be changing as we start piercing through dynamic reactor. Litecoin doing fantastic. So it's been just playing out very nicely with the range that we looked at. But be careful, because if we flip this, remember guys, just give you guys another perspective. Let's invert the scale. This is looking like what? Like a bullish flag. Usually those bullish flags tend to break to the upside. But remember, this is an inverted scale. So what could we be maybe expecting? Well, I don't want to say it because I believe everything is turning a little bit more bullish. But also, what do we have in here? Let me just clear this up. We are building up a goose head. What does a goose head means? It means that we might have a further move to the upside, in this case, because it's a bullish goose head, for then a retracement. So I believe that we could be having that possible breakout retracement, and then we need to reanalyze here as we are either breaking through, right, or falling below our 0 line. So right now it seems a little bit bullish for me. I could be looking for an entry a little bit higher, somewhere around here, or if not, I'm going to be setting up my alert as we touch the top of this range. By the way, I will be shorting the top of the range because my strategy tells me to, but I'm going to be jumping in with half of a position and also with a tight stop loss, because most probably I'm going to get stopped out because I'm above the zero line. So then why do I take it? Because I'm not here to guess. I'm here to follow my strategy. Let's take a look at OM, and then I just finish up with BNB and EOS. BNB right here, it's looking very nicely in the 4 hour. It's not about the breakout. Right now we're talking about the retest. So we are basically on the retest. Our confirmation, it is flip of the ribbon. Remember, flip of the ribbon, not losing the 674. So basically that's what we got. Better entry at 653, but the 653, it's basically running out of time. Therefore, we're expecting that flip of the ribbon first. All right, if we start losing the previous highs in here, this could be my late entry position. I will try not to take this because this could be very dangerous, right? Because I will be longing the top, and I don't want to long the top. I want to long it after I break and take my alert, and then on the way back, that's what I want to long it, all right? Not at the breakout, at the retest. Finally, that was OM. Finally, BNB looking almost exactly the same. In fact, we have a support area right here. Let me see if I can bring it up. There we go. Look at our big support. We're bouncing off support. It's not about the breakout. It's about the retest, and we're having the flip of the ribbon. I just want to see that ribbon going to the green before I execute a long. Why? Because my long was here and I missed it. I did not trade this part of BNB. So if that is gone, I need my second confirmation. And look at how, since we broke above into the green, yes, we had a secondary retracement, but ended up moving to the upside. The same thing I'm going to be looking for, maybe a secondary entry on the support, and then off we go. So that's what I got on the altcoins zone. Just to wrap it up on the EOS, basically breakout retest. This is looking like a re-entry. We're pretty bullish. We are waiting for FOR. So be patient here. Maybe we can have a sweep of the lows, and that could be our entry at this point. I'm going to be waiting for that dynamic reactor to come in a little stronger. If not, I will let it go. Nobody has a gun to my head to make me trade, right? That means I need to be patient. My life does not depend on it. Even I tell the electrical company that it does, right? But that would be a story for another day. Other than that, turn it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. Yeah, something that I'm watching is XRP right now, man. We had this pump yesterday that came in off of the SEC news, and what I've been watching is the predictive ranges here, guys. If you look here, typically, like I said, we trade between the gold. This one kind of shifted up. And so I figured that this was going to be the range. Yep, we already had a confirmation there that this was the top. So just take this entire gold to gold with the blue and shift this up one level. That would be all of this range here for the trade range, right? Actually, that would be here to here. Yes. So what I'm watching was that we got a nice bounce here on our upper gold band, right? And I was like, okay, so where should I look for a short on this? We did get a confirmation here off of Chart Prime's reversal indicator right there also. That happened after my entry. Why did I pick this as my entry? Well, it is our upper resistance band. That's the white line running across here, which is the equivalent of the delta median. And I said, we could go all the way up to there, but I think that it's just going to do, if anything, a liquidity sweep above here. So I set my stop loss above it. And now I'm watching for this entry to play out some more. I'm actually shooting for us to return back down to the bottom. But if we go in here and we grab a trend-based fib, I want to show you guys this little trick here. We are going to run a trend-based fib. And so this takes 3 points. So we'll run it from that bottom point to the top point to the bottom point. You'll see golden pocket hits right there on that line also. So great entry there on XRP, playing out a little bit, not great so far. I mean, we're down a little, we have a little bit. It was much better. If you take a look at this point to where it was at the bottom, that was a total move of about 6%. Right now we're sitting at about 3% on a 10x leverage. So about 30% gains on that one. But if, I'm watching it closely. Looking at the other chart that I have here, we do have the dynamic reactor, quantum reactor on the 4-hour coming in here. And we are fighting right now nicely to hold the 50-day simple moving average. So this one, I'll just move the stop loss down, put it into profit, and then we'll see how it plays out. Right now, we also are getting our pivots, our weekly pivot, dynamic pivots here from Chart Prime. You can see that entry was on the median of Mother's Milk there, the MM range, Mother's Milk, see right there. And we did come up to upper resistance band 1, broke a little bit above it for that liquidity sweep above these levels, and now we're holding the weekly pivot line. So weekly pivot line, current support on top of the 50-day simple moving average. Watching that trade closely. We'll let you know in the Discord what I do with that. If this continues to the downside, I might actually let it run a little bit more and let this thing run all the way down into its lower support band. So why would I do that? Because if I come over here and look at the fixed range volume profile, where are you, fixed range volume profile? Come here. I have a fixed range volume profile in here that I've been watching. There we go. And you can see there's some nice levels here. Actually, this has moved a little bit. There we go. Nice level there for some bounce. That's going to be right at that first one. I may close out there, and then we'll let us ride down to the next lower one, which will be the $2 psychological range. So that's what I'm seeing there, OC, on XRP. Was there anything else today that I had on the news, on the charts? Because I think I had some stuff on X. But let's go ahead and check out the chat real fast and give a shout out again to everybody that's joined us here. All set in here. Thank you. LBC's in the house with us right now. Appreciate seeing you, man. Lunar Beaches Crypto. BC Port Corp's in here. Driving trucks, man. How's that truck driving going, Lunar Beaches? Love seeing your video of you looking out the door like, I'm driving a truck. Who else we got? French Toaster in here. The Toaster himself. Frenchie's in the house. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss any new peeps? Wayne C. See you, bro. What's up? Nope. I think I got everybody. Cool. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat with us. I want to go over and take a look here real fast, OC, and take a look at what I was going to talk about. There was another piece that I think I missed talking about on X marks the spot. Stand by to stand by. Are we hearing anything yet on Trump? That's a good question. Are you seeing anything? Let's go jump over there, OC, and let's see if we're seeing anything from Trump today yet. Not yet. Trump speaks live at Digital Asset Summit. Big news. Crypto Archie. He's live right now doing that. Maybe that's where we should redirect to. I don't think we have a redirect. No, nothing yet. Norris Highest case. Nope, nothing. All right, so we're not seeing anything from Trump yet, but I think we might go redirect over to Crypto Archie. You got anything for the people before we head out, OC?
Absolutely. If you're scared of noodles just like I am, guys, please hit that like button. What? Oh, before we go, this is just basically Term Media exclusive launch, but it is basically it is not the most recent news. I think we're just holding on what's going to be a result of this, isn't it? I just had it on my screen before because I was kind of like getting up to date.
I saw it. I was just making sure.
Perfect. Nice. So just we're wrapping out today, or are we just looking at something else?
No, if you got something else, we can go to something else. I was just wanting to make sure that we have that we had things lined up for a redirect. So what do you got? What else are you looking
at? Not much. I was looking at a couple of news in here. Just getting a little bit ahead of my what could be happening, and basically because I remember, guys, I skipped on the news. Another one that I like to look at, it is the Forex news. Give me guys 1 second so I can bring it up to see what might be going on the rest of the world based on Forex. 1 second, I got it right here. Perfect. Yep, so Forex.com news. This is one of the newspapers that I like to see. GDP USD drops towards 125. Not really got my attention. USD JPY. Not really. Oh, there's one. Gold, right? Corrects lower, but it holds over 3,030. So for me, I will be going to take a look at gold because this seems to be a little bit more alarmist than it is. So let's go here. Let's do only here, and let's find gold. Oh man, why did I do that? All right, perfect. So basically, yeah, correcting, but come on. As I told you guys, I think that was a little bit more alarmist. Are we losing the trend line? Yes, we're barely losing it, but as you can see, we also have a rising wedge in which we broke to the upside, and we're going for the retest. It is truth that we have a bearish divergence, and we are on the ready here, and we're building up some momentum. So guys, look at the clouds in this area. Let me just clear this up so we can zoom in. Look at the cloud compression, right? That means we're gonna have a dramatic move. So where is it going to be? Let me guess, because we have a rising wedge that usually breaks to the downside. Also, we're starting to correct. We already have a triple divergence in here. I'm guessing that we could be going to visit dynamic reactor, which is not bad at all. I mean, we're only going to be visiting once again a dynamic reactor somewhere around 2,952. But after seeing the whole movement of gold on the 4 hours or even daily, I think that is a very well rest that gold needs, right? I mean, it's just normal to see that movement to the upside, retracement, upside, retracement, upside, retracement for a healthy market structure. So I would not be that alarmed. Maybe we can dip a little bit in it on what is moving the price. But other than that, not looking at something to, oh, there we go. Look at that. Gold price to the 2,980. Very close to where we were looking, 2,961. Let's go to a 4 hour. And yep, I mean, very, very, very close to where we're looking at or expecting to be at, right? 180 will be basically a little lower here. But other than that, nothing too major. If you got gold, just make sure to maybe take some profits, maybe 10%, 20%. Not financial advice. That's usually what I do when I see a possible retracement, and then try to reinvest it as it goes down. If it doesn't go down, well, I put it back into a DCA. So that's what I usually do with gold. So other than that,
Awesome.
That's what I got for the news. Yeah.
Fantastic, man. Well, let's go ahead. Try to just set us up for redirect to Crypto Archie. He does not have redirect allowed, so I will have to message him and tell him, bad boy, shame on you. But yeah, we're going to head over to Dano Crypto, and he's live right now. I think he's covering it also, talking about the Trump stuff. So guys, we're going to head out of here. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Be careful today. I do think that we might see this evening a pullback on these markets, and then, see how it plays out tomorrow. But that is what we have time for today. We'll be back at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning, breaking down the macro economy, the charts, the news, the headlines, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit, guys. Until then, trade safe. And as always, use some risk management. Later, guys.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels flow low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, from a Mexican spaghetti, yo. Crunch crypto with a deep dive to project dime. And if you like the visual powered by Car Prime, then you were part of that nada source bond. But if you have, step fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels flow low. Sound off.
To get rhythm, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean?
That was awesome, dude.